Okay, today we're going to fit a pair of Audiosport door speaker pockets. These are the pockets that we will be fitting. This is how they come. They come in a black satin finish. They've got a pocket section inside. Now we want to paint these in a grey colour to match what's going on with the interior trim, a sort of black and grey theme going on. So we're going to paint these very simply just because they're made of fiberglass. Going to give them a rub down with a bit of 500 paper and paint straight over the top, which will be adequate. So we'll do that first and then we'll move on to fitting them. Okay, we've painted the door builds in grey to match what we want to do with the interior trim. We did this just by rubbing them down with a bit of 500 and painting a 2-pack top coat over the top. They're looking fine. So what I'll do now is get the door cards off and get them prepped up ready to accept these. Just before we get the door cards off the van, we're going to check the speakers fit into our new pockets. Now, the way the Audiosport speaker pockets are made is they're cut with a standard 10cm fitting hole. Now, the reason for this is, although the pocket will actually take a 17cm speaker, not everyone wants to use a 17cm. So, for example, this is a 13cm speaker. The basket then fits in neatly in the hole. Fits nice and flush, you can use that. Okay, but what we're going to be using is the Rockford Punch 17cm components. Now the basket on these is a little bit bigger, so for this reason we're going to have to just trim a little bit of that hole away so the basket fits in properly and we can mount the speakers up. We're going to do that momentarily. Right then, we've trimmed that hole away now that we were talking about before. Trim this back slightly so now that the 17cm fits absolutely nice and flush. Its basket sits in there and then the grill sits over the top like so, nice, neat and tidy. Now we can get the door cards off and get started on that stage. Okay, we're going to take the door cards off the van now. These come off simply. The handle is removed by lifting it up. Like so. 1, 2, 3 screws there, off of there. You take those off, lift the door card up, and it all comes off. Okay, I just want to show you how simple this is to remove the door card. The key with this is lifting up and not pulling out. A lot of people try and pull the door card off. It's not about that, the card has got to go up. Simple as that. That door card's then released. Simple as that. We've got our door card off the van and here on the bench. We're going to paint the door cards in black in a minute, but before I do that I want to make sure that I've got all the holes drilled and everything prepared ready for when we put the door pocket on. So, got a card on the bench. This is the door pocket. I'm just going to line this up into place. Now the top edge here fits onto the top trim line, the trim line that goes to the middle of the card. The bottom edge then sits to a line that's indentated in the door card as well, and sort of sits sort of neat and tidy there. Now what I've done is I've marked a pencil line all the way around the outside, so I know where the build is going to sit. I've also gone down inside the pocket as well, so I know how deep the pocket is. What I've also done is I've marked that hole where the speaker will go, because we've got these big Rockford speakers, which the basket is so big it's going to go through the door card. So we've put a hole, a mark in there to cut a hole there. We've put a line around the outside to know where we're going. What we're going to do is we're going to drill a number of holes through the door card every couple of inches or so, right around where the build is going to sit, so we can screw back through the door card into the pocket, and that's how we'll keep it fixed to the door. We've also got these Audiosport trim panels which are going to go on the top of the door just to give it a bit of comfort with a bit of cloth trim. So we're going to put them on as well. Okay, we've drilled the holes in our door card. It might be a little bit difficult to see on the camera. Obviously we've got a big one here for the basket, but we've put one every couple of inches within our pencil line of where the doorbell is going, and they're all the way around like that. What we're going to do now is hold the doorbell to it. I'm going to drill through the back into the doorbell to mount them up. Okay, this next stage is probably the most fiddliest bit of the whole operation. We're going to drill through the back of the door card into the pocket to give us our mounting holes. Now, I'm going to hold this in the correct place, make sure we're happy with where that's sitting. And then with using the holes that we've already used, just pick one up, drill through into the build. We can now secure that screw and drill the rest of the holes around it. Now we've got the screw in the front of the build, we've turned the door card round, lined it up again along the line, along the bottom of the door card. We're happy with where that sits, so we're going to drill through this end. Again, this is a slightly fiddly bit. I'm going to push this down into place, pick up one of our holes, drill into the door build. We'll fix that screw hole, and then we've got then we can do the rest. Okay, we've got two screws in the door pocket. We're happy with where the door pocket is in place on the door card. So we're going to turn it around. As I said, we've got two screws in. We've got one at the back, we've got one at the front. What we're going to do now is go around and drill all these holes back through into the back of the door card so we can fix it all down completely securely. What you'll probably notice at this stage is there's a bit of a gap at the bottom of the door card. That's not a problem because this is going to pull up. These door cards are really flexible, and when we screw up, that's going to pull up that gap in a minute to make a nice little seal. So we'll go on with drilling all the holes out and go from there. Here's our door card painted. Now we're going to fit the pocket. We've attached the pocket to the card, screwed it all down with all our screw holes on the back. I've pre-drilled for the speaker, so we don't have to do that when it's on the van. So that's ready to fit back on the van now. Okay, remember to do any wiring you may need before you refit the speaker. And that's our finished item. Door card fitted. Available from audiosport.co.uk. And then as you see, there's the door with the trim panel on as well. Available from audiosport.co.uk. And that's the door pocket with a black trim panel on the top instead of a grey one.